This is the Diff Zero from Lightbridge, now available in 5 sizes and all kits.
This is a CineD Gear News video, supported by B&H and CVP.
Hello everyone, welcome to Cine Gear 2022. My name is Graham Mailer-Sheldon. I'm here at the Lightbridge booth with Jacob. How's it going, Jacob?
It's going very well. And it's such an honor to be here in LA again, now with Matthews distributing us over here. So the whole booth you see over here is a lot Matthews combined with it. And the cool thing is, like Matthews, they always came from having innovators come in and then make products out of it. And for me to become a part of this family is very humbling. And it's just the way we're seeing now as Lightbridge is becoming an industry standard. Like a guy came up to me this morning and said, "Oh, you're the industry standard anyway already." It's like, wow, what's happening?
Big words.
It is, and it's we've just been focusing on one thing, making the perfect best reflectors possible and all the stuff that goes around it. And being so focused, as scary as it sometimes sounds, because we're just doing this, just makes us better, you know? So that's great. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, you know, I've been a fan of the Lightbridge system for a long time. I'm an often user, and I mean, what's the easiest way to describe Lightbridge reflectors? I mean, it's kind of a sequence from harder to softer light. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yes, I would absolutely say. Well, we've been using reflected light for a long time, right? Since the Egyptians have been using it. But the big difference is having consistency. Going from now with the full range, diffusion 0, real mirror, all the way to super wide diffusion 4, always the same. No matter what size you use, no matter from which rental house you get it, where you buy it, it's always going to be diff 2 is diff 2. So no matter how many windows you have, for example, it's always going to be the same. So that's, I think, for me, one, but that wouldn't set us apart from, let's say, a shiny board, a better one. But what really makes us better is we now can make diffused light in full control with no spill light. And that's the game changer, because you actually now can go inside, push a leak into any light source that you want to use, and get controlled diffused light out of it. And that's new. No flags, no frames, all of the snap grids, all the stuff that's actually around here suddenly evaporates. You get a free set, basically, right, from that. And I think that workflow frees up time to light. And you're not setting up time, you know, setting up the lights. And I think that's the big game changer. And people are starting to pick up on that, because reflectors were always bounce boards, right? And all of a sudden, oh, it's my key light. Well, where do I put my light source? Well, just put it on the floor, light it up, put it on the same stand, put your reflector on the top. You're getting a really natural fall off. You're getting more beautiful shadows. So all that stuff happens the further your light source is away. And we've been doing this a lot, just put a light source far away. But by keeping a reflector as close as possible to set, you get more control over your set. Just think about having a light in front of a window. You can pan through the whole room, but it will look like a street light, but not like sun. But have a reflector there is actually going to give you sun in all directions of the room. So I think in this concept, that's where the big differences are.
Well, I mean, 100% agree. I think one of the reasons we're here today is to talk about Diff Zero. Looks like a mirror, not exactly a mirror. Talk to me about Diff Zero. I understand it's included in some of the other kits that maybe it wasn't before, right?
Yeah. So yes, Diff Zero is a real mirror replacement. So why? The reason is what came up with, I think that's the most humbling process of the whole thing, of starting out with 1DP and developing this, and now so many people using it, is we get feedback and we listen to that. And what people were saying is, look, mirrors are heavy, mirrors, they break, and we even can give out more output using an aluminum reflector. So that's the reason we did actually Diff Zero, for that reason. The other thing is, and that's almost more important to me, is workflow, because best decisions are made when you see contrast in lighting, right? You want to see a little bit brighter, a little bit darker, a little bit more color, less color. We'll do this all the time. But with shiny boards, you can't. It's this shiny board, or it's maybe no shiny board. And now you can say a little bit harder, a little bit softer, and now you have the full range going from Diff 0. I have my real mirror, super hard, a little bit softer with Diff 1, 2, 3, and then the super wide to diffusion 4. So I think the intuitive workflow is the key in that, and that's the reason we did the plus kits. Now we have in the full box, we have all the reflectors from Diff 0 to Diff 4. So you have the whole package. Reflectors that were inspired by SET, seeing how natural light can be, and compressing into one kit now. So that's what I'm really excited about, to say you can have one kit, put it on your shoulder, leave, and you know any light that you want to reproduce in any kind of quality, you actually can with this one kit now, because you're not carrying additional heavy mirror with you.
What about 100 centimeter version of Diff Zero? I mean, one of the nice things I like about the 100 centimeter kit is the fact you get, you know, Diff 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4, depending on which side you're on. How does Diff Zero, does it fit into a 100 centimeter world?
Yes. Yes, it does. And exactly what you're saying, because you're choosing your flavors. It's, you know, what we're trying to do is, you know, facilitate what you need in terms of your look and the vision that you have. So what you can do is you can order Diff Zero and you can say, what do I want on my back side? I want to have a Diff 1, so you go from super hard, a little bit softer. And then we have a a lot of people that say, actually, I want to have big contrast. I want to go from hard to I want to go to a 2 or to a 3. So whatever you want, you just order it as a special order, and we can put it into the range.
And I mean, it goes without saying too, is this is built for production in a way that just a standard mirror from a hardware store isn't. But it's also not the same strength as a mirror, right? Would you say it's 50% of a mirror? It's tough to tell. Brands vary, but you also have, you can do a safety cable if you need to, and then you have your mounting system at the back. Remind me the name of the mounting system again?
That's a C-wheel. Actually, I can show you. So, sorry, take it off here. So there's one thing what you're absolutely right about is, what makes us so different from all the stuff out there is this has been 15 years development on set. So everything we did and everything we put out new has been tested entirely on set. We know it works, it fits in the workflow, it works with the people on set. So the same thing with the mounting system, actually work with the Bosch laboratory together to figure out that all the safety stuff works. So what we have here is a rail and we have an easy access point. So what happens if you take a C-wheel off, you click it on like this and it slides really nicely because we have plastics in the back that actually support this. You tighten it down, you're done. This comes in a receiver and in a pin version, and off you go. The other cool thing that I can show you is all of the reflectors now come in neoprene sleeves. That's what you didn't have either for your first adopter kits that you got. Is like, so you have basically all your reflectors really safe until you want to use them. It is an optical system. It's great if you take care of them, like all their good gear, because it just lasts much longer.
So you have diff 0 to 4. I'm just wondering where your mind's at in terms of like future development. How can you push the Lightbridge system further? I've seen, better, more ergonomic kits, for example. What do you think? What does the future look like for Lightbridge? I'm just curious.
Well, it's really fascinating. We're doing the Gilded Age show right now with HBO. What Manuel Billeter came up with is to say, look, I actually like to use soft lights. He uses only sky panels, and he pushed into the reflectors, and he's using the harder ones from diff 0 to diff 2 to actually control soft light back again. And coming from there, he kind of said, well, what's the next step from there? Because obviously, like the sky panel, it just fills a large amount of space. So what he's been doing is we came up with a special system for him, so he actually can mount multiple 100s next to each other, like checkerboards. And they just put them on a pipe or on a truss, and then he can go from there. So with the 100 you see over there, end of the year, there's going to be an upgrade to this. So everybody who has this, that's same for all of our kits. Like if you have a Move kit and you want to go to Move Plus, you don't have to buy everything again. You just can do the upgrades. So everything we do is made for, yes, you can go to the next level, and we honor everybody who's purchased stuff before, so you can always upgrade to that. And the same thing with the C100, then you can upgrade to a clicking system where you can do like checkerboards, you can do the remote head, so the motorized system's coming as well. So we're doing all this stuff at the same time right now while I'm standing here, which is cool because the company's grown, I can do this now, yeah.
Well, and you're also available in a lot of places, especially in the United States now that you weren't initially. I know you're at your B&H, Matthews, of course, and thank you so much for an upgrade path for pre-existing customers like myself who bought on day 2 the Lightbridge products. One of the interesting things about the Gilded Age too is that I remember it's just a ton of huge wides, because they're working in a real historic mansions and things. So that's fascinating to hear Lightbridge was used on that project.
Yeah. It's the same thing again. You have to be versatile to shoot a lot of minutes. They've got a lot of faces in there that have to look beautiful. So to come up with a system on a workflow again that gives you the creativity but gives you the results. And I'm very proud that Manuel has been using it like this. It's like the next opinion leader, next person out there who's showing all of us where a high-end system actually can go, which is just fascinating to do it like that. Yeah.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much. I look forward to trying out a diff 0 one day, hopefully soon.
Yeah. Here you go.
Oh, it's made. Look at this. This happened live.
Thanks so much for doing this.
Well, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more continuing coverage from Cine Gear 2022. Hey, it's me again. Don't miss your chance to win one of 10 Fujifilm X H2S cameras, as well as $1,000 in cash. That's right. Visit CineD.com to learn more.